was just the other day that I was talking about how this fandom always seems to not like the truth, always seems to bastardize people who speak about their passion for Star Wars, and even criticize you for standing up for other creators. However, the following conversation you're about to read took place on Twitter, and I have to say, it might leave you a little confused at what's really going on here.
Mesa day starting pretty okie day with the brisky morning munching, then boom! Getting very scared and grabbing that Jedi, and pow! Mesa here.
This is OG Star Wars on Twitter, and unfortunately, she missed the point several times, but we're gonna get into that as we continue on. First off, she's insinuating that I made a counter video. No, I made a reaction video. It's actually in the title. There is also a great thread full of amazing videos where I have put all my videos in outside of just my reaction videos, but she's simply choosing to focus on the reaction videos and where I labeled a lot of these Star Wars fans truly just haters of what Star Wars has evolved and become of. The past 40 plus years of Star Wars has taught us one thing: Star Wars is always adapting and growing, but people just fail to listen to that. So as soon as I logged into Twitter this morning and read those statements, already I just said checkmate because I knew this was what was coming. I had already foreshadowed this in previous videos and statements on Twitter. At this point, it's where I stated Star Wars was always Wizard, and I'm sorry that they just want to bully and hate on a bunch of people's opinions. This is where the conversation begins to get a little bit confusing, because what does that first statement have to do with this general topic, except insinuating a hateful regard towards my name, which includes TheSpaceWizard, and applying that wizard is always a hateful term in the Star Wars fandom, which is very untrue. At this point, she insinuates I'm new to Star Wars, and if anybody's really familiar with me, they know I've been around for several years, and I've been loving Star Wars since 1997. This is no new fact about my character and who I am in this life. You can actually find all this stuff on my Instagram. This is where our story takes another turn because somebody else joins the conversation and then immediately gets redacted by OG Star Wars, and she starts passively aggressively attacking him like she's accusing us of being passive aggressive with the way we're conversating. However, we're delivering factual responses about how the term wizard is always something to be used in Star Wars, and she's trying to make it a negative objective. Probably just because she thinks I'm a negative objective person when really I'm the one out here justifying Star Wars for everybody and not trying to close it off for other fans. This other individual begins to quote Star Wars' platform itself with how they use the term wizard, and then OG Star Wars just tries to shut that down again, basically concluding that that is all incorrect and it's not Star Wars, and that's just weird. However, this other user is disagreeing with her, so then she immediately decides to start attacking him, and this is probably the first time these two people have ever interacted. If you're trying to build a fan base, why are you trying to attack every single body who has an agreement or disagreement within a statement? It's a very odd take to have. It's actually quite comical that this user has never interacted with OG Star Wars but comes up to the same sermonization that I had concluded about OG Star Wars. When we talk to her on Twitter, she's not able to keep up with the threads and the conversations that we're having, and she starts losing herself all over the place or creating topics that aren't generally involved in the conversation just to try to bait somebody off and have one of those, I guess you would call it, a pissing contest. To be very forefront, this other user is Anthony Heggie. He's actually one of my followers, and also, we're actually blood related. I'm his cousin. We're family. He's not defending me because we're family. He's defending because of the statements that he actually put out there. He is in his own just right of his own opinion. I've always encouraged Anthony to step up and create his own Star Wars content, or even join me in creating Star Wars content for the future. I've always been thoroughly proud of the education that he brings to the table when it comes to debating real Star Wars. Star Wars, from his perspective, has always been the TV shows, the movies, and whatever Disney has put out. For the first time ever, I've actually introduced him to the expanded universe, and he's actually started reading the Heir to the Empire trilogy by Timothy Zahn. However, OG Star Wars is going to tell you that I'm anti-EU, anti-Star Wars, but I can show everybody my whole collection in some upcoming videos. And yeah, I didn't have to react to these comments, but I chose to because OG Star Wars was just shilling so hard in my comment section for me, and I just had to justify her and make the video for her. It's what she really wanted.
Almost got us killed. Are you brainless?
I speak.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.